What's good? Welcome back to another YouTube video. This one is all about how to ensure certainty in your Instagram Reels traffic, how to pretty much make sure that your Reels go viral, and what I would do if I was to start again from zero, right? So as you guys know, the last kind of few months now, since I've been off YouTube, we've heavily focused on scaling our Reels situation. It's something that we did for the longest time, but never at the scale that we're doing now, which is why we're able to see much better results. Like we have pages doing 30, 40 million a month in views, 5 mil, 10 mil, 8 mil, 9 mil, different variations of millions that we're hitting on across these Instagram Reel pages for our models. And we're doing this at a big scale. Like each of our models have anywhere between 45 and 55 accounts currently, and we are now looking to scale this even more so. So we're continuously scaling this every single day, and I'm literally hiring new VAs every single day to manage this infrastructure that we're building internally at the agency for our models. Now, what I want to show you guys and explain to you guys on this video is how to ensure success with your Reels, because like I said before I kind of went heavily into the Reels situation, we were running Reels quite a lot, but never at the scale that we're doing now, just because we never really went all in. Like we're pretty much like 80% in, 70% in. And really in any traffic situation, that's just not going to be enough, right? Now, what I mean by this is when you're running different Instagram Reel accounts and you're testing different hooks, different calls to actions, different content styles, let's just say, if you just do it 3 to 5 times and think that's enough, I'm gonna move on to the next style, it really isn't enough. And that was the biggest mistake that we were making, and I was making when I was obviously trying this out for ourselves over the last year or so. The reality is if we've seen the same piece of content hit 200-300 views continuously, but then by like the 25th post, the 20th post, spark incredible gain of traction. 50K to 100 to 400 to 500K views, all in a very short period of time, and it's the same style of content, right? Now, why I say this is because we'll previously in the past doing the same style of content 4, 5, 6 times and then moved on to the next. The new strategy that we've implemented is by having the same style of content on one particular device, and then we'll rinse that for at least a month. A month is getting us at least 45 to 50 posts. So that's like 1 to 2 reels per day. 1 reel per day is obviously 31 days, let's just say. If you do 2 reels per day on accounts for one piece of content, you can get anywhere between 50 to 60 reels posted to truly give you guys and truly give your data an understanding of if that content is performing well or not, what the retention is like, what the hooks are like, and where people are dropping off. Like if you look at the insights on the Reel insights on your Instagram pages itself, you will find a lot of information that most people don't even look at. Most people look at the account status, which is true, you have to do this. Most people look at the audience in countries, which is true, you have to do this. But if you actually want to do well with organic, you need to understand your Reel performance, your retention, where people are dropping off, how many seconds in that people are dropping off. For instance, we noticed one particular Reel, around 4 seconds was the peak, and then there was a massive drop. So what happened? We ensured that at 4 seconds within those Reels, something significant happened. A call to action, a specific word, a controversial moment, something along those lines at the 4 seconds was happening, and that increased our retention quite significantly and increased our virality, of course, in the end of that. Now, that's, again, a part that so many agencies literally do not even pay attention about, right? And it's a big win. Like you do that, you will get a massive win out of that with your Reels. Now, Reels for us is incredible because it's really given another dynamic of traffic to our models. We're still running Reddit, we're still running some XDMs, but Reels is taking the crown right now as really our top traffic sources. And we're running this to free pages, so free trial links, let's just say. And on average, we're seeing anywhere between 500 to 1,000 free subs per day, and that's scaling even more. We've got some pages hitting 1,500, 1,800, 2,000 subs per day free, but majority, just to be realistic with you guys, is around that kind of 500 to like 900 subs per day, all free. But that is always salary models. So we're running 90% salary models currently right now, and you can imagine like the margins that are coming off the back of this are incredibly profitable, and Reels is a very traffic source to do this. Another key tip for you guys, if you're running this, especially with salary models, is background, content, aesthetic is a huge thing. You can't just be running to a plain shitty half painted white background. I know this probably isn't the best background, to be fair, but you can see I do have a really nice apartment going on here. And if I face the view, like this is my view right now, it's just way too dark. Way too dark. But you know, the background makes such a huge difference when you're creating organic content, especially for these models. Why I say this is when you work with salary models, for instance, you'll find that their backgrounds are really bad because they're in the middle of Argentina, you know, Colombia, Brazil, wherever you find these models, their background isn't the best. Key tip is if you invest $50 a night, maybe even less, 30, 40 bucks a night, you can find really cheap hotels or Airbnbs in these countries, and you can get these models to batch out a shit ton of content in this one night. Like for us in our models, we can get like 500 reels done within 24 hours when we send our models to an Airbnb or to a hotel with clean background, and that reels can make us, you know, $1,500 a day, $1,000 a day, even if it's $500 a day. From the views that come from those reels, we make our money back 10x fold. You know what I mean? Like it's a no-brainer. But you need to understand what content goes viral first, because if you're just gonna invest into these Airbnbs or to these hotels for these clients, and you're still throwing shit at the wall, it's not the best. All right, you potentially will be losing money. A great background is gonna make a big difference, but it's not gonna get you viral at the end of the day. The concept and the ideation is all these things, and execution is what's gonna make this piece of content go viral. Now, in terms of funneling to the OF side of things and how we do it, we use a few links. We use LinkMe and Juicy Link, Juicy Bio is the two best ones to use. We've tried beacons, we've tried Get All My Links. They just got flagged, count status flagged, all that kind of stuff. So we just never really stuck with it. But those two are working really well right now. I'm not affiliated with any of these companies, so use them, don't use them, doesn't bother me in any way. But really, the main message I want to get to you guys on this is pumping out your content for your models at an amass scale. If you're just doing 1 to 5 accounts, it's really not going to be enough, especially with the amount of competition and saturation that there is within the OF space right now. You really have to pump out content volume as well as quality. And if you combine the two together, you'll see an immense amount of reels, an immense amount of views coming on, and obviously traffic that comes off the back of that. So hope it all makes sense. Just spitting some sauce for you guys. Just thinking out loud and giving you guys some value that I think I would have definitely found valuable when I first started my Reels journey, let's just say. Hopefully you guys find it valuable. Peace out, I'll see you in the next one.